Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm pretty sure that some infantiles or some narcissists in our government and the handlers of those guys start coming to their senses and think, well, Russia is a not too hard to crack, and they have to adapt to the situation. And maybe you might think, you know what, we really don't have too much to do to make Russia change its mind or course. And if it would be only Russia, you would say, well, it's only one country, but big country, okay? But the problem is the Russians initiated, I think, after they told the Americans, you back the fuck off, or we're going to unleash hell. We're gonna stop playing ball. Yeah, they played ball. You don't think so? All right, well, I think the genie is out of the lamp or the bag, however you want to call it. And the Russians started challenging these infantiles who thought in their imbecilic, narcissistic brain that because the other guy is not hurting me is because he can't. I met a lot of people in my life where, just to put it like this, and I'm guessing you might have met some of them too, when you are behaving nicely, and instead of people appreciating that, they take it as a weakness. And then when you smack them, they're all surprised, and you're the aggressor. But when you tell them, look over there, I've been nice, 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 and look at you, bad, bad, bad. You tried to take advantage of me when I was nice, because you thought I'm stupid or something. That makes you bad. So the same here. I think the Russians say, you know what? Our lack of, how should I put it, intensity in the global arena gave you the wrong impression that we are weak. They unleashed shit in Africa, in Asia, now they have China, India, not only. In South America, they have Venezuela, now Cuba is over there. Now, not only Brazil, BRICS is expanding. G7 is still G7. And let me show you what's going on here. Venezuela will join BRICS. Now, Venezuela got oil, a lot of it. So what are these guys going to do? I have no idea yet, but maybe they come to their senses and understand that the Russians are not playing ball anymore. Now, what the Americans can do, or the guys behind the Americans, can step on the pedal, which would be more bombs attacking directly and other proxy wars, or, somehow find a way to get out, as Putin said in the interview with Tucker Carlson. These guys realized they want to get out, but they want to save face. Well, maybe they are diplomatic enough and smart enough to find a way. We are open to provide them that exit. But these guys are still not all on board. They still are crazy, not crazy. I think they understand. It's just that the system makes them be like that. Like, for instance, Lindsey Graham, the senator, he keeps talking shit, knowing that it didn't work anything so far. Didn't work. Yeah, it worked for some interests in the United States of America and for Lindsey Graham, but in reality, he must know that BRICS is expanding. It's going to be a threat, big threat. The dollar is collapsing. Well, let me show you. Until it's too late. Maybe they want that. We'll see. Really, maybe they want that. Maybe they want the dollar to collapse. Maybe they think they can figure out, or they already have a plan in controlling the currencies in a different way. And that's why they say, well, we're going to take this away from Americans. Americans are going to be much poorer overnight if the dollar just drops in the petrodollar I'm talking about. So we're going to have to start creating shit. We can't just massage one another. You can't do that, providing services to one another, unnecessary services. We have to build stuff so we can give it to those guys, so those guys give us. We can't just give them dollars and they give us products so they can buy oil. It's not going to work that way anymore. Because they can use rubles, they can use yuan, they can use other currencies. Let me show you this article. Russia Today. February 20th, 2024. Venezuela will join BRICS soon, Maduro said. Now you can say, there's nothing. You are thinking ahead or not. Or you think about an issue only when it burns you and it's too late? If you feel that it burned you, that means you're already hurt. Can you think ahead? They can, I don't think they want. Now, and I'm quoting, the old colonial world is coming to an end and is going to be replaced, according to the South American leader. Venezuela aims to become a full-fledged member of the BRICS group soon. President Nicolás Maduro announced on Monday, stating that the emergence of a new multipolar world is irreversible. And what are these guys doing? They're not going to change it. They keep pushing on the acceleration pedal. Speaking to the Venezuelana de Televisión channel, the leader insisted that, and I'm quoting, the old colonial world characterized by, and I'm quoting, invasions, genocide, wars, and a superiority complex is being replaced by a new one in which the consolidation of BRICS is guaranteed. And I'm quoting, Venezuela is going to the BRICS soon, Maduro proclaimed. Last month, the Venezuelan leader described the BRICS group of emerging economies, originally comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and recently welcoming Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and UAE, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia as the future of humanity. The imbecile Milei, the pimp Milei, took Argentina out. Well, we'll see how you're going to be like shocked by Milei's owners' shocks. You'll see. Oh my God. I've been through that in Romania. It's bad. And it doesn't have to be like that. I hope Argentina is going to be great, but I don't think so. Once you have the International Monetary Fund over there, or in the World Bank, and the Americans, and the lithium, and the... No, I don't think so. They don't come over there to help you. They come to suck you dry for as little as possible. In business, you want to get as much as you can from the other one and give nothing if possible. Nothing. Do you think Milei, who's already bent over and penetrated deep, is going to say, hey, we're going to negotiate with you, IMF? They helped him to be there probably in the first place. Argentina also signed up to join the group last year, but reversed those plans in December after newly elected President Javier Milei rescinded his predecessor decision. Russia officially assumed the rotation one-year BRICS chairmanship on January 1st. President Putin has vowed to, and I'm quoting, facilitate the harmonious integration of new partners, noting that nearly 30 countries have already expressed a desire to become part of the bloc or associate with it. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who is currently on a tour in Latin America and visited Venezuela on Tuesday to discuss bilateral cooperation, maybe some nuclear weapons deployed, has also vowed that Moscow will help BRICS expand throughout the year, as well as ensuring new members organically fit into the group's common goals. According to International Monetary Fund, blah, 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 because we're talking about it, BRICS currently accounts for as much as 36% of global GDP in terms of purchasing power parity, PPP, compared to just 30% for the G7 group. And not only, G7 is not expanding, these guys are expanding. What are you going to do about it? Let me tell you something that the IMF and World Bank don't like at all. BRICS has a bank. What do you think that bank is going to do? It's going to give loans to the BRICS countries as IMF gives to its clients. So that means that the BRICS group bank will take the customers away from the IMF. IMF cannot enter the market of the BRICS anymore, so cannot make profit. It's going to make profit with these imbeciles, with the Western imbeciles. Why do I say that? Because they're gripped under grip of these guys. When they try to go to Africa, Russia will kick them out. When they try to go to Asia, we get China, and China is also in Africa. South America, the same, Russia and China. Before, that's the way the rules were in reality. United States went to countries and said, hey, you're going to be my vassal state? The country said, no. Okay, we're going to give you some money. Okay, Nobody could compete with the money coming from the United States of America. When the United States of America had money? Or at least they can still print, but by printing, you create inflation and the value of the dollar falls. Now, even worse, the petrodollar is going to get out. So now the Americans come to, let's say, I don't know, Paraguay. Hey, Paraguay, you're my man, right? Yeah, how much? Well, I'm going to give you about some, they call it aid, financial aid or something like that, or who knows. We're going to give you $200,000 this year. Oh, yeah. And China comes and says, well, we're going to give you like $3 billion. And America's like, kind of empty. How is the printing press doing? It's hot, sir. It's hot. They cannot compete anymore. The Chinese outbid these guys in doing that. They come and look what happened in the Solomon Islands. One example at least. One example. The Chinese got it. Why? They got more money than the Americans. It's about money, and the United States of America cannot print as much, because if you print as much, you're going to have a big problem in your country. And these guys, maybe they wake up from the or blah, 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 or simply click TV, or in the basement with the masks and working hard and paying their fucking taxes. Maybe even those guys will wake up and say, it hurts because Hungary, no more money for this, the government doesn't give me, and so on. You got the message right here. So here is, my friends, they can't compete. The BRICS is it's a mortal threat to these guys here. They lost Russia, they lost China. India plays with whomever, and which is great, his options. Brazil, you screwed Brazil, because I made a video today and Brazil recalled its ambassador from Israel. That means bad with Americans now. By, you don't do that to the boss. You don't cross the boss. Well, Brazil crossed the boss. So the United States will say, what should we do? Well, why don't you impose some sanctions? Why don't you do this? And the Americans will say, yes, sir, yes, sir. Who's going to be affected? You and I. And that bothers me. That's why I'm talking here. It's not because I'm so happy that the BRICS is expanding and we're sucking a big thing. No, that's not why. I just want to spread awareness. You don't think I'm right about it? Okay, just go and do your little TV and jerk off all day and see where that's going to get you. Maybe invade another country. Like what? Small countries with a coalition. Because by yourself, alone can't do shit. But we have the strongest army in the world. But we always do it with coalitions. Must be a certain kind of reason over there, don't you think? Not only the legitimacy, but also the potency. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.